Hello, twin brother. Right against what I found in Rapturous Ruins, bro. A marvelous compass piece. This part of my adventure was actually sort of sad, if you want to know the truth. It was pretty bizarre, bro. Rapturous Ruins, his chapter 6. After journeying deep into the Grimbo Forest, I found the domed Rapturous Ruins. Inside, everything was pure white. You couldn't tell where the floor became walls. So it was pretty much like chapter 6 from Super Paper Mario. Proceeding dead ahead, I found myself in a chamber where a young boy sat, which is the guy behind you. As I approached the boy, someone named Screamy appeared out of nowhere. Screamy said the boy's name was Cranberry, and that he'd wake for a child of fate. Really? That didn't make any sense to me, so I started searching quietly for the compass piece. But then it happened, bro. I got a tiny tickle on my nose, and I let out a huge sneeze. Well, Cranberry must have heard it, because he opened his eyes right up. He looked at me and smiled, and all of a sudden, I could understand his language. Can you believe it? I learned that the boy was the last of an ancient race, the Luffs. He had been there, guarding the marvelous compass piece for the last 1,000 years. Indeed, it was saddening. He told me that the compass is an item with the power to see into the future. The ancient Luff Empire used the power of the compass to rule much of the world. Because of their greed, they were cursed by the compass, and their empire collapsed. To prevent a repeat of their fate, Cranberry broke the compass into 7 parts. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever seen this storyline. I think I skipped it because I didn't want to spoil myself any further. He had 6 and kept 1, putting himself to... That is very intriguing. That is a very intriguing story there. He had 6 and kept 1, putting himself to sleep until a worthy hero woke him. I was that hero, bro. He gave it to me, and then he and the ruins vanished. When I added that piece to the compass, and pointed to the far north, where the dreaded Hate Song Tower stands. This time I heard Princess Eclair's voice more clearly than ever before. I will rescue the princess. I will be super, and then I'll figure out the rest later. Anyway, I headed back here to Roqueport after that. I'm making my final preparations for my final battle now. I'm a little nervous, bro, but that's what I've been up to anyway. Every time that theme comes in, that's when he ends his story. That is nuts. That's all. And then there's you. Screamy. I wonder what future is plotted for us by he who holds the compass. For I must deliver something. Okay then. He looks so freaking terrifying. Indeed, he does. So, now, I'm going to show off the games, too. Hi! I'm going to play the boat game first. The boat game? In this game, you can become a boat and dodge obstacles as you sail to the finish. You'll sail forward automatically, but you can lower your speed by tilting the left stick in the opposite direction. The current will speed up during the second lap, so steer carefully. The faster you finish, the more piantas you'll win. Hit any obstacles, however, and you'll lose piantas instead. If you don't finish the race within a minute and a half, you'll get a game over, so be careful, but do it quickly. Play for 10 piantas. It is very hard. So it wasn't 5 laps, it was 2. It's a big course. But look at what it looks like. It looks like this definitely looks like American Ninja Warrior. But with you rafting. The whirlpools are hectic to deal with. Oh no. I don't know how many I lose when I hit an obstacle. I think it's just one. So whatever I miss, I'll just get it again. Bleh. One. I think it was just one. Oh, the whirlpools are hectic. Nailed it. I think if you get like 1 minute, you get a lot of them. Hit twice, so I lose 6. 19 is how much I earned from getting that time. I'm not really willing to show that again. It's not really a favorite of mine. It was fun, but the funniest thing is, I hit way more obstacles off screen, and I didn't want to do it again because it wasn't worth it to me. But the tube game, I think, was pretty hard, but also pretty fun. Tube game. In this game, you'll have to roll up into a tube to navigate the difficult courses. You'll have to be able to dodge obstacles and navigate narrow paths. The faster you reach the goal, the more piantas you'll earn. Fall off the track and you'll lose piantas instead, so roll with caution. If you don't finish the race within a minute and a half, just like before, you'll get a game over, so be careful, but do it quickly. Cost you 10 piantas to play. Stay on your toes. The playing game is probably the most worth, if anything, because you get so many more pianta tokens depending on how far you get. This one is definitely just a really intriguing course. Wait, B is mini jump. Oh my word, I didn't know that B was mini jump this entire time on this course. So I never knew that you would be able to make it across those small gaps. I fell off the course because I didn't think that that was a possibility. That is nuts. How the heck? Dang, I almost said nang. I am shocked with that. I got 20. I didn't fall off the course once. 40 tokens is how much I got. You know what? That is actually pretty fun. I'm going to try one more time. See what time I get, because now I know that I can mini jump. I never knew you could do that. Never even paid attention to the bottom left corner. The coins are in a different location. I'm gonna get 15 here, along with another 20. 14. I only got 19. Not doing it again. But now I'm gonna attempt to do the plane game 3 times. Whatever. I'm not able to even get past 540 at this point. So I'm just gonna give up where things are right now and just stick to where I am. Finally get that money badge. I've never been able to use this, and now I finally get to. Make more coins appear after battle. Now wait, I gotta double check on another thing. I don't have the refund badge. Well, I guess I'm doing the paper plane game again.
I'm pretty sure it will say that if you wear 2 or more of these badges, you get way more coins. Nope, it's only the 1. So, I'm wearing this badge instantly along with refund. Power HP and Piercing Blow as well. So now, along with First Attack, and I'm not going to wear that quite yet. I'll only wear it when I'm facing off against Goombas, or even the second chapter enemies, which I don't think I even need to worry about now. The fact that I never got those until now is even crazier. So now I think that how many more badges I need is 13. 11, even better. So, for one I need a simplifier, but I don't have enough coins.
I know I would have gotten to Lumpy, but I just wanted to do it in the way of what I know best, which was by selling an item that I claimed as valuable. So it's cheaper here. That was worthless then. Fire Drive, which I already have. Just seeing if there's any other badge that I don't have. FP. Crap! Well, I guess I am selling an item. It may seem like a waste to sell it, but I've been insane at my battles so far. I need to sell way more, but... meaning sell way more in order to get a certain item. But I also have Lumpy. So I'm gonna get the badge and then end it. Because I want to at least show off that I have it. A lot of these parts were long only because I wanted to just share off a lot of what I talked about. Ugh. I gotta stop doing the gases. So, this. FP Drain Badge. And that's it. The rest of the 9, there's only 10, or I mean, there's only 5 that I'm able to get from the Pivot on the Trials, and 2 that I'm able to get from Chapter 7. So the rest of the 2, I have no idea. It's probably going to be gotten after Chapter 7. Who knows? Recipe-wise, I only need to get 11 more. The Jelly Ultra being one of them. There's also, sorry to spoil this, a trial stew that I'm able to make. That I'd be able to make. Poison Shroom, which I think is over there. And the Zest Special that I need an Ultra Shroom and a Slow Shroom for. I think this is a Zest Special. 2 items. Ultra Shroom and a Slow Shroom. Zest Special. 20 HP and 20 FP. Interesting. That was not like I expected. I was actually expecting it to not say that. I was expecting it to probably say raise your defense along with gradually recovering HP, something insane like that. How much is it sold for? 15 coins. I'm ending it here. I don't want to do too many things in my recording. Ah, I did it again. I gotta save as well so that I don't accidentally lose all of this progress. This is me coming back from a cut because I just saw in my edits that I will be doing a bit more optional stuff. And the optional things that I have left that I haven't shown off were Lumpy and that rat guy from up there on the rooftops. And I was going to talk to them both. Even though I'm pretty much wanting to savor Lumpy for later, so I actually want to talk to the mouse guy first, whatever his name was. And then after that, go to Lumpy and then end it there, not knowing how long the video will end up being in the process of in total, but after that, that will be everything that we are able to do for Chapter 6. Unable to do the lottery yet because this is the day of when I did that lottery at midnight. Then there was something else, and I think it will show question marks on themes that I'm unable to do yet. Yeah, it doesn't show it yet, which I'm sort of glad for. There was something here. Oh, yes. That was your door with the diamond star. That was the thing I was going to let you guys hear. So this is Grifty. Good afternoon to you, sir. I am called Grifty, a traveling minstrel. I spend my days here in leisure, spinning tales that spin the senses. I know but a few of the stories that surround the town of Rogueport. If you like, I can share them with you, but it will require just a few coins. Is there a tale you want to hear? These are the tales I can tell you now. Dragons and Dungeons. Dungeons and Dragons. That is interesting. So it shows all of the things that we would be able to know about for now. The Pirate King Cortez as well. Dang, I should have gone to him first. I didn't even know about this. The Wise Goomba is frankly, I'm betting. Unless I'm wrong. But it is very interesting. And then the 4 heroes as well. I think it's like from bottom to top. No, it's not. Well, and it's 5 coins each. Gosh darn it, I don't have enough coinage for now. And if ever there is a tale you wish to hear, just ask. So I'm gonna let this guy tell all of the tales. Just that first I gotta do some grinding on coinage, but not really. I'm gonna talk to Lumpy, who I thought was Louie the entire time. Louie or Loopy. And he is right here. If anything, I wish his name was just Loopy. I'm not gonna talk to this guy. Also, what would happen if you tattle on him this time? He's found oil. Ah, Mario, it's me, Lumpy. I didn't remember your name. Don't you remember? I went to Dry Desert to drill for oil. Ring a bell? I didn't remember him at all. I didn't remember him at all when I first saw this guy. Because when I first saw this guy, I didn't even know he existed. And then when I saw him, I was like, what the heck? Since when did you exist for the Dry Desert thing? And then I thought he was from Paper Mario 1, but he actually wasn't. I did it! I totally struck oil! There were times I was covered in dust, weak and ready to give up, but I never lost sight of the dream, and one day I finally seized it. And you believed in me all this time, Mario. You sure did. Thank you so much. I want to return your loan with a little more just to show my appreciation. Please take this, 999 coins. If you gave him 100 coins, he gives you triple. 200, another triple. 300, it gives you this. More than triple. Which is insane. Boy, thanks for everything. Now you have some capital to start your own venture. Don't let your dream die, Mario. I know you'll make it someday, just like I did. And also, I kept a journal of my trip. Do you want to read it? So this is gonna be about parts 1 through 7, and I wanted to read this in the post game. So that's why I'm gonna save him for later. Is because I'm gonna save him for the post game. He is still around in the post game. Well, I'll just be here thinking about what to do next. So say hi sometime. I still think that's impressive for the amount of coins you get. Had I known that he was there, and had I known that you can actually pay him coins, I would have done so. Because as well, it's worth it. And you know why. You already saw it. And because I have the money badge, that's going to be even better. I still remembered during one of the scenes, I had like 300 coins at the time and I didn't want to give it all away. that's a hint for what's gonna soon happen, but it's not what you think. You can skip the rest of this if you don't want to hear that in the themes as well. The fearsome demon. 4 for me at 5 coins. Fearsome demon. Ages ago, a city flourished here in peace and splendor, but it was destroyed in a single day by a demon from the dark beyond. Historians claimed a great calamity befell the city, but nay, 'twas a demon. The city sank below ground, and 1/4 of the old city became the demon's den. This demon put fear into the hearts of all men and sent out minions to take the land. And its den, its palace, grew rich with the treasures stolen from all over the world. There's another tale you wish to hear, just ask. So it's that short. Very interesting stuff. I love the dragons and dungeons part though. And remember the dragons part because there's actually more than one. The crystal stars, in order to increase his already formidable power, the demon created crystal stars to hold the essence of the heavens. These stars were scattered across the land, the better to exert the demon's influence. One of the castles built to contain these stars still stands near Petal Meadows. So it's just past stuff. Dragons and dungeons. The demon built a dungeon, almost a dragon, near its palace and filled it with terrifying monsters. All those who fell into disfavor were thrown into this dungeon to rot. Yeah, and the demon also had 3 dungeon dragon pets, Hooktail, Gloomtail, and Bonetail. Yeah, indeed, he actually tells you about all of the dragon bosses you will battle, Hooktail, Gloomtail, and Bonetail, which is insanity. I didn't even know that, honestly. These dragons flew across the land, spreading fear and sorrow over all. The dragons' remains have never been found, and even now, some nervously wonder if they still live. They certainly do. I didn't know that he tells you about all of the dragons there. And those are all of the bosses you will be seeing, too. And that the secret boss of the Pinnacle of the Trials is Bonetail. That's the spoiler there. I didn't even know that guy tells you about Bonetail. I thought he only tells you about Gloomtail at the furthest. And then Gloomtail is the boss that you'll see in, sorry to spoil this, the final chapter. Gender-wise, I won't spoil that. The hero who arose. One day, there came a hero who could vanquish the fell demon. The young toad from Petal Meadows was strong of arm but shy of voice. All those around the boy teased him endlessly about the way he spoke, because he stuttered a lot, but when the demon cast his fearful gaze across the lands and reached out, the young toad used his strength to honor to defend his people. It's sort of like how in one of my books it would end up being like Agony trying to dissuade the heroes from feeling like doing anything, but because of the one being they believe in, they overpower that dissuasion and become persuaded instead. Very interesting. He became a hero to all, despite his odd voice. The wise Goomba, the stalwart Koopa. This is sort of making me think of the Paper Mario 1 genre because of the Goomba, Koopa, Boo, and then one other. There's a wise Goomba from Boggly Woods, gifted in knowledge of the world. When beasts rose to take the woods, this knowledge helped the people fight them. And this Goomba, who knew the way that every monster would attack, which would be like ancient, like ancestry, and now Goombella knows, she began to think of a way to banish all monsters from the land. There was another tale. Oh, whoops. The stalwart Koopa. This must be like Koopa's grandfather or something. A Koopa who traveled the world alone learned of the darkness covering the land. He went alone wherever evil dwelt and banished it with a shell and sheer bravado. The monsters grow to fear the scar-riddled Koopa who thwarted them at every turn. But the brave Koopa was finally taken in a trap set for him by the monsters. That's his father? But then the Boo who fought with the monsters came and used her magic to free him. I was wrong. The brave Koopa spirit had melted the heart of the cold Boo lass. If the... Dang, take the 4 heroes. Yeah, the duel with the demon is interesting too. The Boo used her powerful magic to learn more about the evil they faced. We cannot destroy the darkness alone, she decided, her face a grim mask. We need the Toad hero of Petal Meadows and the wise Goomba of the Boggly Woods. So is the Toad, the Goomba, the Koopa, and the Boo. That is interesting. The Boo's magic drew the 4 heroes together to send the demon from the world. And so the 4 heroes finally set up for the Palace of Shadow. That is the final chapter's location. The power of the world-devouring demon was greater than any could imagine. But the wise Goomba soon realized that this was the power of the crystal stars. She thought of a way to take the stars and use them against the demon. She told the other heroes her plan and set it in motion, banishing their fears. The Boo's magic and the Toad's strength created a gap in the demon's defenses. At that moment, the brave Koopa seized the stars and succeeded in badly damaging the demon. But even the brave Koopa's stroke was not enough to end the demon's reign. The wise Goomba thought of another use for the crystal stars in that dire hour. She suggested sealing the demon forever with the crystal stars. All agreed. The heroes matched their strengths with the power of the crystal stars. And they successfully sealed the demon's soul within the deepest part of the palace. It sort of makes me think of Super Dementia at that part. I sort of wonder if there's going to be a way for there to be another kind of Dementio boss. That would be insane. Together they made it so that only all 7 stars could break the seal. The 4 heroes thought they had sealed away the demon and all of its powers. But the demon used a tiny opening before the seal was complete to curse them all. While holding the crystal stars, they'd feel nothing, but when they let them go, a black chest would appear to seal their souls within. That was it? Those 4 black chests were actually the souls of the heroes. That's why there were 4 black chests. The 4 heroes traveled the world, scattering the stars so the seal would remain. Nobody even did the rumored short on that. I didn't know that the 4 black chests were actually the 4 heroes. That must be the case. Because of the insane curse all over, and that means it's like a soul deal. That's very interesting. But the last 4 stars each carried a curse, which claimed each hero. If there's another, whatever. The hiding places of many of the crystal stars have now faded into legend, but some say that the wise Goomba hid one in the great tree. At that time, many monsters wandered in the nearby Boggly Woods. The tiny punies living in the woods were constantly tormented by the fierce monsters. Pitying them, the Goomba hollowed out the great tree for the punies to live in. The punies were so grateful that they swore to protect the crystal star there. Yeah, my word. I always want to read the next part. We're almost there. Once the Boo heroine hid her star in the steeple, she was trapped in the nearby town. Some say the crystal star lies in that steeple still. So all of these are just hints now. The Koopa hero went to a southern isle to hide his star where none would find it. But the Koopa was so tired from his journey that the pirate Cortez stole it easily. In that very instant, the brave Koopa was trapped in an inescapable chest. That was it? The Koopa was the one that was trapped in that chest? And he was like, oh, whatever, I guess you already know, so I might as well set out the curse. Thank you for listening. And I gave him the high-pitched voice, and now it actually fits knowing that it was a Koopa. But Cortez did not realize the power of the star and lost it among his treasures. No, he didn't. He gave it to Mario. It was still in his treasures. Toad Hero's final days. The strong Toad held his star and continued his arduous journey. But eventually, the miles took their toll upon him, and he collapsed. A traveling healer happened by and saved his life. But the Toad knew his fate was to be trapped in the chest when the star was gone. So he asked his healer to hide the star in a secret place known to no one. And yeah, I think that would be in the Rogueport's underground place. Either that or he was in another... I know that I've opened up every black chest. I'm just trying to remember. Hooktail's thing had a black chest as well. It's still very interesting to know that each chest actually had the soul of the heroes inside. After the demon was sealed within the Palace of Shadow, many refused to come near that place of terror. But as the years passed, entire generations forgot. The penniless and the immoral began to congregate in this once barren place. This place soon became a populous harbor, the town of Rogueport. And some even began to say that the underground city held a legendary treasure. But they were unaware that the demon slept beneath them still. That's all.